Coming up on this episode of WJMH Reports, we take an inside look at the Culinary Challenge, a very unique event showcasing engineering and culinary arts.
Then, get ready to break out the dice and roll into some fun at the Game Masters Games and More game store.
Finally, we'll recap a day of fierce competition at the OVAC volleyball.
That and more starts now on WJMH Reports.
Welcome to this edition of WJMH Reports. I'm JJ Brown.
And I'm Chevy Large. Recently, the 4th annual Culinary Challenge took place at Oglebay Resort.
This year was a big deal for John Marshall as a team, from the school attended the event for the first time. WJMH reporter Taylor Morgan was at the event and has more.
Teams from all over the state came to Wheeling to compete. The theme for this year's competition was tea time. Each of the 9 teams had to incorporate a certain flavor of tea into their baking. They used a spinning wheel to decide who got certain regions and tea flavors. John Marshall team advisor Susie Kubik was excited to represent her home region.
Our tourism region was the Northern Panhandle, and our tea was mint tea, so we had to find a cake that we could incorporate the mint into.
The competition is based off of the Netflix series Baking Impossible, and to stay on track during this competition there was a tight schedule that the teams had to follow. The cast members from the show were mentors for the teams. This included Cindy Knorr, who mentored the excellent engineers.
My favorite thing about the competition is literally just watching them. I love watching their brains work together and just collaborate, and it's really cool to see.
At the end of the competition, MTEC Collineers from Mercer County placed 3rd. The Collineer Caddies from Wheeling Park got 2nd place, and Wetzel County's team Drive and Dine Coyotes placed 1st in the competition. The team's social media manager, Allie Stillwagner, enjoyed the event despite the challenges.
I think the most challenging part was, getting to know each other first off, because we came into this and we didn't really know who each other were. We never really talked. Being at the Wetzel County Technical Education Center, we're coming from 2 different schools. So getting to know each other would probably be one of the biggest challenges.
John Marshall's team, the Excellent Engineers, won 3 awards, including the Best Video Award, Best Social Media Campaign Award, and the Macy Spirit Award. Reporting from Wheeling, I'm Taylor Morgan for WJMH Reports.
Thanks, Taylor. John Marshall hopes to attend this event in the future. Students who are interested in being on next year's team should keep an eye out for future announcements to sign up.
Brownsville is hosting the 55th annual Marshall County Christmas Parade. Each year, the parade selects a Grand Marshal to be honored during the parade in November. This year will feature Mike Farrow. Farrow has been involved in the community for more than 50 years. Over that time, Farrow has done it all in Marshall County, from coaching to representing Marshall County and the West Virginia House of Delegates. Farrow is honored to receive this reconnection and join a long list of respected Marshall County citizens.
And I want to thank the Chamber for nominating me and actually voting on me to be the parade marshal. I think it's a big tribute in Marshall County. I've seen a lot of the other parade marshals throughout the years, and I don't feel like I measured up quite measured up to their standards, but I am very pleased by that. I think it's a tribute to perhaps all the things that I've done for Marshall County throughout the years.
For November 22nd for the Marshall County Christmas Parade. The parade starts at 2 p.m. and if you cannot make it in attendance, it will be streamed live from WJMH YouTube channel.
Recently, John Marshall High School art teacher Elena DePietro was awarded High School Art Teacher of the Year by West Virginia Art Education Association. DePietro is involved in many extracurriculars, including tech crew for John Marshall plays and musicals, student selection setup committee for sports games, and helping with music concerts and dance shows in the summer. The reason DePietro is so involved in extracurriculars is because she was encouraged from her high school art teachers to get involved and have fun, so she wants to give that chance to John Marshall students. DePietro is one of the few art teachers that have a background in graphic design. She was inspired to become an art teacher by her high school art teachers after taking graphic design and video production.
And so I really am this unconventional art teacher where my specialties are graphic design, video production, art history, and museum education.
DePietro loves being a technical director for the plays and musicals at John Marshall, alongside her colleague Tracy Philbin. The next Monarch Company production is The Boarding House. Come watch the play in John Marshall CPA November 14th through the 16th. We'd like to congratulate DePietro and thank her for being an amazing person and an art teacher.
If community is what you want, look no further. Game Masters Games and More. A place for gamers, card players, and people of all ages to have fun together, and a strong sense of kindness and welcoming energy is expected here. Games can be for anyone, and even those who may not play games can still find community here. Manager of the Game Masters store, Kelvin Kuchta, feels that fun and memories are important to the community.
We offer fun. We offer memories. We offer, a lifetime of people that they'll know and be able to, camaraderie. It's also a place where maybe you're stressed out for the day. You just want to come in and blow off steam. I also listen.
If you're looking for a fun place to be, the shop is open Monday through Friday from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. A calendar of events can be found on their website at thegamemastersgamesandmore.com. Again, that's gamemastersgamesandmore.com. If you ever want to stop by, go to 286 Jefferson Ave in Moundsville, West Virginia.
St. Jude Hall will be holding a steak fry in support the Lady Monarchs basketball and softball boosters. The event will take place on Saturday, November 1st from 6 to 10 p.m. Entry will be $30 per person and includes steak, a baked potato, salad, rolls, dessert, and drinks. There will also be a 50-50 basket raffle, and music at the event. Support the Lady Monarchs by attending this fun event.
Previously, on WJMH Reports, we shared the October dates for the Marshall County Fall Dumpster Cleanup. There's one additional date at 2 locations in November. These locations are the Volunteer Fire Department Headquarters at Roberts Ridge and Cameron Elementary School, both on November 1st. The times for both areas are from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Items not allowed are tires, white goods, scrap metals, car parts, fuel hazardous chemicals and materials, and household trash. For this event, you will need proof of Marshall County residency in order to participate. For more information, please contact Marshall County Solid Waste Authority at 304-780-9866. Again, that is 304-780-9866.
Coming up next, we'll preview a popular annual craft fair.
Be sure to come back after the break for that and more on WJMH Reports.
You're watching a WJMH Media production. We're an entirely student-run broadcasting program based out of John Marshall High School, whose goal is to connect, entertain, and inform. Along with many John Marshall High School productions, WJMH Media has also worked with WTRF, the Wheeling Symphony Orchestra, Augusta Levy Learning Center, OVAC, West Liberty University, and the Marshall County Chamber of Commerce. You can follow us on Facebook, X, and YouTube at WJMH Media.
We've got more news now on WJMH Reports. I'm JJ Brown.
And I'm Chevy Large.
Moundsville Roller Derby is a place where everyone is offered fun. From birthday and family parties to open skate nights and other special events, there's something for everyone.
WJMH reporter Riley Wells visited the business and has more.
The Moundsville Roller Derby has made a huge comeback over the years. What started from the bottom is now here. In the past, roller derby has been okay. Now it's been transformed into one of the most unique modernized skating rinks around Marshall County. Being the one and only roller skating rink in Marshall County, the 17-month renovation made a huge difference to people living nearby. Having 12,000 followers on Facebook, the roller derby has a wide variety of guests that come in to have fun. The couple who renovated it to become something extraordinary for the Moundsville area believes it's good for the community and circulates other businesses.
We'll go to other local shops or to eat, and it's also been really good for the schools. They do incentive programs for the kids, so the schools have been able to use the space as well.
The roller derby offers a snack bar and great music to play along with your time there skating. Moundsville Roller Derby only offers traditional roller skates unless you wish to bring what you prefer to use. A worker in the derby thinks it's more than just a job, but more about connection.
Interacting with people. I enjoy watching the kids and talking to the kids.
The roller derby offers nearly 10 different themed skates throughout the year, with big ones including Halloween, 4th of July, New Year's, and Taylor Swift nights. In addition to open themed skates, the roller derby can also be rented out for private parties. Reporting from the Moundsville Roller Derby, I'm Riley Wells with WJMH Reports.
Thanks, Riley. The Moundsville Roller Derby is currently open to the public on Fridays from 6 to 10 p.m., on Saturdays from 6:30 to 10 p.m. But these hours change during the summer months. Admission during open skates is $8 for skaters, $5 for non-skaters, and free for children ages 3 and under. To keep up with the upcoming events, or to find the link to book a private party, you can follow them on Facebook.
Grandview is now hiring and looking for a maintenance team full-time. People who can perform groundkeeping tasks, including push mowing, weed eating, snow removal, and landscaping projects throughout Grandview. Complete assigned maintenance tasks related to buildings, facilities, and equipment. For anyone applying, must have basic knowledge of patching drywall, replacing faucets and toilets, and performing other small household repairs. Participants in rotating an on-call schedule within the maintenance department to respond to after-hours maintenance needs or emergencies. To view complete job descriptions, visit Grandview's website at grandviewpark.com or email cwhite@grandviewpark.com. Again, that is grandviewpark.com or cwhite@grandviewpark.com.
On Saturday, November 8th, John Marshall will be hosting the annual Fall Craft Fair from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. This event is hosted by the FFA, FBLA, and TSA, and will take place on the second floor and inside the Senior Commons. Entry is free to all shoppers. Various crafters are signed up to sell different types of products, including handmade wooden products, knitted and crocheted items, homemade baked goods, fudge candy, permanent jewelry, handmade jewelry, homemade Christmas and holiday decor. There are custom shirts, hats, pens that are made on-site, including wreaths and grave sprays, handmade fabric crafts, Christmas ornaments, and tumblers. A concession stand with breakfast and lunch will also be available at the event. The setup fees for tables are $30 for a half hallway table and $50 for a common table, which can be done by visiting johnmarshallcte.org/craft-show or by email at jmcraftshows@gmail.com. Again, that is johnmarshallcte.org/craft-show or emailing at jmcraftshows@gmail.com. Moundsville Professional Firefighters, Local 543, will be holding a teddy bear drive for children with illnesses. The event will take place on November 15th and will run from 2 until 4 p.m. If you wish to make a donation, you can drop the bears off at Moundsville Kroger's parking lot. They will be accepting new and gently used teddy bears at the event. Sponsors for this event include the City of Moundsville, Campbell's Signs and Banners, Kroger of Moundsville, and St. Marty and Friends. Help brighten a kid's holiday season by donating a teddy bear at the event. Coming up next on WJMH Reporter, Ash Roth sits down with a community member who is always working to make a difference.
Stay tuned. WJMH Reports will return after this break.
Injured in an accident? Get GKT. Stressed about lost wages? Get GKT. Worried about medical bills? Get GKT. Need an attorney you can trust? Get GKT. Need help? Get help. Get GKT.
Welcome back to WJMH Reports. I'm Ash Roth. Appalachian Outreach is an organization whose mission is to help relieve the burden of poverty and to help those who struggle meet basic needs of life. Today's guest works to help the organization ease the worries of poverty-stricken areas. Joining me now is
Heather Ray.
Hi, how are you today, Heather?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. So to get us started, what impact does Appalachian Outreach make in the community?
So Appalachian Outreach, we partner with several organizations and groups, and we also distribute items at our warehouse. We partner with about 35 different organizations, including schools, and we assist with hygiene items, everyday needs such as furniture, microwave appliances, beds, anything that somebody could need for a household, we assist with. With the different organizations, we assist with hygiene every month, and we send out a list, and they fill it out, and we deliver it to them.
That's wonderful. Wow. Speaking of donations, what other specific donations do you receive?
So we accept everything that could be used for a household, even things like to build with. The only things that we don't accept is like large pianos because one, we can't move them. And people that are coming out of homelessness typically don't need a piano. Another one is books. We encourage the support of the local libraries for the annual book sales. And also we don't accept entertainment centers because that just isn't needed anymore. But other items such as furniture, appliances, hygiene items, of course, anything like that, clothing, shoes, we accept all of that.
Wow. Okay. How do you make the most of those donations? Like, how do you stretch them out? How do they go the most?
So we have a voucher system, and what that voucher system entails is basically a person will come in and put down everything that they need. We'll receive it electronically. They then go on a list based on their risk number, and we contact them to come and pick up smaller items. Our vouchers get first pick of everything. So anything that is in the warehouse, they can have. And we physically load our box truck up and take it to them. Now, whenever it's larger items, like we obviously don't get 150 couches at once. So those items are on the list. That is, the next person on the list will receive the couch. And that's kind of how we do it. And everything in excess or bulk of what we get, because not everybody is going to need home interior pictures, that is sold to the public at a decent rate so that they are able to purchase the hygiene items from their list. So it all is community based, all of our services are, and our thrift store in Wheeling is used to provide the services for our clients. So it's a beautiful circle.
No, that's I like that circle. That's nice. Are there other ways that you choose who benefits from it, or is it really just?
Well, we have an open system. Anybody that needs help can go to our website. They can even, they can go to the website, they can go to any social services organization. Even schools have contacted us with vouchers. Anyone that needs a voucher can easily access one. It's really not difficult.
Okay.
And we have no guidelines, so it doesn't matter if they're worried about what they make or being over a limit. They're not going to be. We accept everyone.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Thank you.
What personal fulfillment do you get from participating in this charity? I know it's a hard question.
It's a hard question. Yeah. So the personal fulfillment, I think, would be in the successes of the people that we assist. So our goal is to ease the burden of poverty in the region. So whenever I see somebody that came to us originally homeless, and then sometimes they'll come back and they'll volunteer, and they'll already have a place, and we would have already, provided them the items that they need, and they're coming in because they're so grateful of what we did for them. So that's kind of like what we're there for. Whenever we get to see them, they're successful. They're maintaining a job and they are providing for themselves. They still may be on some state services, and that's okay, because it's all just trying to get to the next level. But just to see where they came from to where they are now, that's the fulfillment.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
That is so beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me
no problem.
today.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate it. If you'd like to donate or get more information on Appalachian Outreach, you can visit their website at appalachianoutreach.org. Once again, that's appalachianoutreach.org. Coming up next, we will preview some exciting events you'll be able to watch this November thanks to WJMH Media. Stay tuned for that and more here on WJMH Reports.
Hi, I'm Coach Rich Rodriguez, head football coach, West Virginia Mountaineers. I make a lot of decisions as a head coach. You make a lot of decisions in life. If disaster ever strikes your home or business, make the right call and call Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. I know these folks. They're great to work with. They're outstanding. They've served for over 50 years in the Mountain State. they'll treat you right. If you ever have a disaster, ever need something fixed, call Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. That's the team that Mountaineers will call.
Welcome back. We've got more news now on WJMH Reports. I'm JJ Brown.
And I'm Chevy Large. OVSC Girls Volleyball Championships were held at the Eco Center in St. Clairsville this past month. The day featured 10 teams and 5 exciting matches.
The day started with the 5A match between Morgantown and John Marshall. The Mohegans won 3-1, but the Monarchs took the third set, which was the first set Morgantown lost to a West Virginia team this season. Morgantown senior outside hitter Paige Brink and her teammates are very supportive of each other on and off the court.
I feel like today we really came out with a lot of chemistry, and even whenever we messed up, we were still together, and the errors didn't really affect us. So I think it was just us playing together as a team and being there to support each other.
The second match of the day featured Connaughton Valley and Madonna in 1A. The Rockets swept the Blue Dons 3-0. Next, in the 2A match, Caldwell took on River and won 3-1. Then during the 3A match, Martins Ferry beat Shenandoah 3-1. This was the first OVAC championship that Martins Ferry has won in school history, which also earned them the title of WTRF's Window World Team of the Week. Martins Ferry head coach Jayla Kohler and her team took a lot of time out of their days to practice for the matches.
These kids like to go support the football team, so we let out of school and practice during school time. This was a major goal of ours, so we had a lot of prep.
In the last match of the night, the 4A teams, Union Local and Beaver Local, went into the only 5-set match of the night, where Beaver Local won 3-2.
WJMH Media was proud to be the production team for this event. Our next OVAC broadcast will be OVAC Wrestling Championships on Saturday, January 17th, 2026. The annual toy drive is happening now. The toy drive is currently accepting donations and will be throughout November. All toys will be donated to Marshall County school students. Only new or working toys will be accepted. If you can drop them off at the Marshall County Chamber of Commerce office on 609 Jefferson Avenue. If you want more info, you can contact Susie Baker at susie.baker@k12.wv.us. Again, that's susie.baker@k12.wv.us. Although the toy drive is not taking place through November, Baker is accepting donations all throughout December as well.
The third annual scavenger hunt is back. The Marshall County Chamber of Commerce is holding a scavenger hunt on Saturday, November 29th. During the event, random chamber member businesses will display a movie ticket featuring a famous Christmas classic quote and a sponsor name. Participants will visit various businesses and organizations throughout Marshall County with a challenge of identifying which movie the quote is from and where you found the movie ticket. Answers will then be submitted to Small Business Headquarters, which will be located at Take a Bow Dance Studio on Jefferson Avenue or the Chamber website at marshallcountychamber.com. For the grand prize this year, the winner will receive a complete Christmas movie package, including 20 DVDs of Christmas movies, a DVD player, and a basket full of goodies for watching Christmas classics.
The 17th annual Turkey Trot is right around the corner. The date for the trot is November 27th at 8:30 a.m. The trot will start and end at the Grandview main office. There will be a $25 fee to register, and there will be a same-day registration. Please remember this is a fun run, not a professional run, but you should still drink lots of water before the run. People who register before November 18th will be guaranteed a free t-shirt. If you wish to join, you can contact Grandview in person at the main office or by phone at 304-845-9810. Again, that's in person in the main office at Grandview or by phone at 304-845-9810.
The Marshall County is hosting a Winter Special Olympics again. The students will play basketball, make crafts, and they will also receive medals as they advance through the stations. John Marshall Special Education teacher Lori Caldwell is very hands-on with the Special Olympics. She works tirelessly to make sure the day of the event flows smoothly and is a great experience for everyone involved.
Special Olympics is important because our kids get to build relationships with people they may not otherwise ever encounter or get to interact with. Also, it's very nice to watch high school students develop relationships.
The event will take place on Thursday, November 20th in the gym of John Marshall. Caldwell is grateful for the students and teachers who helped to keep the event running smoothly.
WJMH Media is excited to announce that we will be broadcasting 4 events throughout the month of November. Although some of the events will not be live, you will be able to go to the WJMH Media YouTube page and watch the events from there. On November 1st, WJMH Media will be at the Capitol Theater in Wheeling for Dancing with the Ohio Valley Stars. Even though it will not be broadcasted live, you can watch the rebroadcast of it via our YouTube page. The exact date will be available to be announced, so keep an eye on our social media pages. The following week, on Friday, November 7th, John Marshall will be hosting a home football game against rival Wheeling Park. This event will be broadcasted live from our YouTube page as well as WTRF.com, WTRF Facebook, WTRF Plus, and My Ohio Valley. The Main Street Bank Fantasy and Lights Parade live from downtown Wheeling will be held on Friday, November 21st. This broadcast will not be on our YouTube page, but will be broadcasted live on WTRF, CBS, WTRF.com, WTRF Facebook, and WTRF Plus. On Saturday, November 22nd, the Marshall County Chamber of Commerce will be holding the annual Marshall County Christmas Parade. This event is being held in downtown Moundsville and will begin at 2 p.m. The theme for this year's parade is Grateful Gifts. You can watch this exclusively on WJMH Media YouTube channel. Make sure you don't miss out on these fun and exciting events throughout the month of November. Stay tuned to future episode of WJMH Reports for December events.
Coming up next, we'll feature this week's Staff Member of the Week, plus show you this week in pictures.
Stay tuned right here on WJMH Reports.
You're watching a WJMH Media production. We're an entirely student-run broadcasting program based out of John Marshall High School, whose goal is to connect, entertain, and inform. Along with many John Marshall High School productions, WJMH Media has also worked with WTRF, the Wheeling Symphony Orchestra, Augusta Levy Learning Center, OVAC, West Liberty University, and the Marshall County Chamber of Commerce. You can follow us on Facebook, X, and YouTube at WJMH Media.
We got more news now on WJMH Reports. I'm JJ Brown.
And I'm Chevy Large.
We're excited for this week's Staff Member of the Week, John Marshall teacher Jessica Romick. She has been working at John Marshall for 18 years. During that time, she was taught several subjects including yearbook, social studies, speech, and most recently, virtual Spanish, which she began teaching 2 years ago. Romick's favorite thing is building a relationship with her students and making sure they are successful.
Focus on building relationships with my kiddos and making sure they're successful in non-academic ways has reaffirmed that I am in the right place, even if I don't know my subject area.
We'd like to thank Mrs. Romick for all of her hard work.
Now let's take a look at this week's in pictures brought to you by WJMH photography student Kiana Garrison.
Thanks again to Kiana Garrison for providing us with this week's pictures, and congratulations to the boys golf team for earning the title of WVSSAC AAA runner-up.
Along with those great weekend pictures, our show had some great content for this week. Thank you to WJMH reporter Riley Kordak for lining all of our November events for the public.
We'd also like to thank you for watching. We appreciate the opportunity and the support.
Thanks to WLUGV Xfinity and WTRF Plus for airing WJMH Reports.
We'll be back next week with some more stories from around the community right here on WLUTV. For Ash Roth, Chevy Large, and everyone here at WJMH Media, I'm JJ Brown. Thank you for watching and have a great day.